much information is coming from the Sussex couple when Meghan has to ask for help from Netflix because she cannot find a new CEO for her American Riviera Orchard brand. Meanwhile, Harry faces accusations of being paid $250,000 to give away the Military Times Award, which is also related to billionaire ArcelorMittal. Let's analyze it in this video. Hello and welcome back to the Royal News 365 channel. Currently, Meghan's American Riviera Orchard brand is struggling to secure a CEO despite her extensive search efforts. This challenge may stem from Meghan's reputation for indolence, making it unappealing for candidates to take on the role. However, Netflix has expressed interest in potentially filling this position. According to a source based in California, the initial CEO search for Meghan's American Riviera Orchard has faced challenges. As a result, Meghan has initiated discussions with Netflix regarding a potential commercial partnership with her brand. This collaboration appears logical, as Netflix is constantly seeking new content and may find inspiration from the endeavors of the American TV couple. Indeed, it's evident that Meghan's American Riviera Orchard brand has encountered numerous challenges and setbacks. Despite potential financial investments in hiring an experienced CEO, the fundamental issues may persist due to Meghan's reluctance to relinquish control and her lack of business acumen. In this context, partnering with Netflix or another entity may provide a lifeline for the brand, offering resources and expertise to navigate the complexities of the business landscape and potentially turn the venture into a profitable endeavor. It might be a possible tax fraud or grift. Netflix and Harry and Meghan's RQL Productions are partners. I can envision Netflix keeping a sizable portion of the profits from the jam fraud in exchange for donations to RQL Productions. Meghan can utilize this dividend as a slush fund. It's understandable to question Netflix's decision to potentially partner with Meghan and Harry's American Riviera Orchard brand, especially given its lack of substantial achievements and questionable reputation. Relying on endorsements from minor celebrities may not be enough to bolster the brand's credibility or ensure its success. Additionally, Netflix's association with such a venture could risk tarnishing its own professional reputation. While the second half of their show may indeed have some redeeming qualities, it's essential to approach any potential collaboration with caution, considering the brand's track record of failure and controversy. The potential partnership between Netflix and Meghan's American Riviera Orchard brand could indeed lead to backlash from subscribers who view it as supporting a controversial figure. The difficulty in finding a CEO for the brand may stem from various factors, including Meghan's reputation and management style, as well as the perceived lack of viability or potential success of the venture. While Netflix may have the resources to attract top talent, Meghan's brand may struggle to do so due to its perceived instability or lack of investment. Ultimately, the success of any partnership will depend on the ability of both parties to navigate these challenges and deliver value to their respective audiences. It's possible that Meghan's reputation and past behavior may indeed make it challenging for her to attract top talent or secure partnerships with reputable companies. CEOs typically oversee various aspects of a company's operations, including finance, manufacturing, sales, and marketing, but the viability and success of such roles depend on the stability and potential of the company itself. Given the perceived instability or lack of investment in Meghan's brand, potential CEOs may be hesitant to align themselves with her venture. Additionally, investors may be wary of associating with Meghan due to concerns about reputational risks and possible losses. Ultimately, navigating these challenges will require careful consideration and strategic decision-making on Meghan's part, as well as transparency and due diligence from potential partners and investors. It's difficult to determine the exact amount Meghan would need to pay a CEO without knowing the specifics of the role, the responsibilities involved, and the market rate for such positions. However, typically CEOs of companies, even startups, command substantial salaries. Can Meghan pay them that decent salary? It's hard to say. Meghan is always known for being annoying and treating her staff poorly. It's understandable that there may be skepticism surrounding Meghan's business ventures, especially if previous deals have not materialized as expected. Without tangible results or a proven track record of success, it's natural for observers to question the legitimacy and sustainability of her endeavors. In contrast, the return of King Charles to the public eye may indeed generate significant media attention and interest, potentially overshadowing Meghan's business pursuits in the short term. The king didn't even spend a penny to get clicks when Meghan launched 50 jars of her jam. Meghan was naive to think that if she just stepped into a certain field, she could be successful immediately. However, the long-term success of any venture ultimately depends on factors such as market demand, strategic planning, and effective execution. If she aimed to market something like jam, it would be wiser to seek a partner experienced in successful jam marketing to oversee the brand, instead of attempting to launch a business by partnering with a streaming giant like Netflix. Conversely, the disdain for the Harkles among genuine creatives in Hollywood is imaginable. While countless aspiring actors, writers, and filmmakers with genuine talent struggle to break into the industry, Netflix persists in supporting these talentless opportunists. The American Riviera Orchard brand is at high risk of collapsing because Meghan lacks a coherent business strategy for her brand. Who would compel celebrities to endorse jam for them? It's becoming increasingly distasteful. This entire endeavor appears rather tacky and amateurish. Someone with a globally recognized name like Meghan Markle shouldn't rely on her elite circle to promote her products. It's unusual to see famous individuals constantly vouched for by their peers. This couple is receiving PR favors from others, which is absurd. It's a stark descent from actual royalty to enlisting known cyberbullies to promote her frivolous jam. So I believe Netflix made a mistake with this decision. The jam brand is currently being managed by a massive web company. It sounds completely ridiculous. Have a look at the past. Meghan attempted the same thing with William Morris Endeavor. They intended to turn RQL into a production firm, but as we can see, both the purported polo and food shows are being put together by experts. Clearly, Meghan is attempting to persuade Netflix of the value of the American Riviera Orchard brand name, despite its lack of tangible worth. Establishing a brand necessitates substantial capital investment in product development, logistics, e-commerce infrastructure, administration, and sales, among other things. Essentially, she's unable to find a CEO to manage her company, so she's relying on Netflix to provide financial assistance, despite the fact that her company has no products. Even Meghan's collaborative podcast with Lemonada was postponed until next year because of this series. She acts like she's too busy. However, she's just occupied with unproductive ventures to engage in activities that could actually generate income, yet she has time to produce and give away jam for free. It's hardly a sign of astuteness. Even junior achievement businesses in middle school typically have superior business plans and financial prospects. She has two options: either she starts large and grows gradually, having her family pack the packages at night, or she starts small in the backyard shed with only a few things. Since Meghan prefers to start large, starting little and working hard is not her style. But in this instance, during the purported development of this venture over the previous year, or at least the last few months, shouldn't a committed CEO have been on board? Meghan simply wants to get her hands on more Netflix cash, to put it briefly. Ever since the start of the ridiculous American Riviera Orchard plan, she has been looking for investors. The entire enterprise is a fraud, and she continues to fantasize that there is someone as dim-witted as Harry who is still alive and has large resources. However, I don't believe that investors from Netflix are considering Meghan's jam company. The SEC, a U.S. government agency, and the board of directors would need to give their approval before Netflix could incorporate the jam company into its existing entertainment portfolio. I bet it's not occurring. However, if this is accurate, it has to rank among the worst brand launches in history. Before announcing a brand, a typical individual would have lined up outside investors and a CEO. This must not be in place, otherwise she wouldn't require a streamer to step in. There's no need for Netflix to partner with her on this. Many people host home cooking programs without a retail division. She could have a show on Netflix without having to invest in retail sales. If this is accurate, it demonstrates her utter incompetence, and any investment would be wise to flee. American Riviera Orchard folded much sooner than expected. I thought Meghan would continue the jam venture for another week or two, but it seems she ran out of friends after the first few. If Netflix were to partner with anyone for a profitable spin-off lifestyle brand, why choose Meghan? They're aware of how difficult she can be and how long it takes her to bring anything to fruition, let alone to completion. Why not partner with Marie Kondo, Serena Williams, the Magnolia Team, Taylor Swift, or Kris Jenner? These individuals are known for their ability to get things done and have strong followings. It doesn't make sense at all. Meghan is delusional if she believes Netflix will start a new business just to make her money. No reputable CEO would want to associate with her, given her track record of failure in everything she touches. She hasn't even secured a trademark, let alone developed any products or hired a CEO. In my view, this situation is utter nonsense. Meghan and Harry lack any real substance or talent. They are devoid of any noteworthy abilities. What we're witnessing is a desperate attempt by the Netflix CEO to salvage his reputation after hiring this pair of talentless grifters, which ultimately cost shareholders their investments. His ego is the driving force behind keeping them on board, as it's all on him now. I hope he faces the same consequences as them. People like them and their inflated egos need to be removed from existence. Now, let me move on to another topic. The recent accusation against Prince Harry, as reported by Military Times, alleges that he defrauded veterans by charging $250,000 to present a vanity award to a female veteran. This has sparked questions about the sponsors of such awards, as they are not officially sponsored or awarded by the military. The substantial amount of money involved in this transaction, especially if it was indeed paid over a Zoom call, raises concerns about the legitimacy of the arrangement. Additionally, other sources claimed that the billionaire Lakshmi Mittal, who owned mines in Congo where the Baka people were massacred, was the source of this funding in addition to funding Military Times. If this allegation is accurate, it would also explain Harry's quiet over the crimes against the Baka. Lakshmi Mittal, the founder of ArcelorMittal, is ranked as the 70th billionaire in the world with assets totaling up to $14.4 billion USD, according to Forbes magazine. ArcelorMittal is a prominent company in the mining industry known for its involvement in corrupt practices with politicians to exploit natural resources. There have been allegations that the company is complicit in numerous cases of violence and even murders of indigenous people in South American countries who have been fighting to protect their lands and protest against the poor working conditions of mining laborers. Thus, it seems sense that Harry was charged with scamming veteran soldiers out of $250,000 that came from supplies owned by Lakshmi Mittal. Everyone might have had a tacit relationship. However, I'm curious as to why an American is being honored by a British citizen. What ails the armed forces? What a difference $250,000 could make for actual veterans. Veterans in America ought to be ignoring Harry. This is repulsive. It is disrespectful to us veterans. Observe his treatment of the British veterinarians. Since he is not an American, he ought to avoid us politics, the military, and free speech. America, wake up. Whoever paid him to dress up and give honors to Americans should be called out. The idea that let Harry represent the American military should infuriate warriors, just as it does the veterans of Great Britain. This isn't going to happen. Who planned this? Why is Harry's payment required? He isn't a true military man. To be crystal clear, he only played Call of Duty while he was in Afghanistan. How inconsiderate toward the actual military. And it's absurd that they are spending $250,000 on Harry to present the prizes, but they are far too impoverished to assist in covering a veterinarian's medical expenses. The individual who is paying Harry this enormous sum ought to be sacked. It's understandable to feel frustrated and disappointed when celebrities receive large sums of money for awards or appearances, especially when they are perceived as not deserving of such rewards. Many people expect genuine philanthropists to contribute their time and efforts without expecting monetary compensation and to prioritize the well-being of others over personal gain. When celebrities profit from charity events or engagements, it can lead to skepticism about their motives and commitment to making a positive impact. It's important for individuals and organizations to critically evaluate the actions and intentions of public figures. and to hold them accountable for their behavior. This evokes conflicting emotions within me. On one hand, there's the absurdity of witnessing this man, without any legitimate accolades, shamelessly flaunting unearned medals. On the other hand, it's revolting to see him profiting from honoring veterans with counterfeit awards. The fact that Harry lacks any real influence, especially after stepping away from the royal family, makes it baffling that he could command such hefty payments. Yet numerous billionaires seem eager to support him. Clearly, there's something he offers them in return. Perhaps it's his easily manageable nature and susceptibility to influence. After all, billionaires operate on a transactional basis. So, what exactly are they gaining by lending their support to Harry? It seems like the only plausible explanation is that there's some sort of transactional exchange happening. When you consider the entirety of Harry's controversial positions, whether in support, opposition, or neutrality, it forms a complex, subjective picture that's open to interpretation and disagreement. So, these billionaires essentially take their own shots in the dark, speculating on how their involvement might benefit them, and then taking the risk. I'm also anticipating a response from someone within the military or a veteran who will undoubtedly call him out. Harry's behavior is truly embarrassing and idiotic. Does he genuinely believe that the American military desires or requires recognition from a privileged prince? Especially given his wife's disrespectful behavior at Invictus, where she blatantly disregarded veterans, their actions couldn't be more inappropriate or insensitive if they deliberately tried. Nevertheless, it is notable and deserves more research because ArcelorMittal had mining operations in the Congo and was associated with the Military Times, regardless of the amount he was paid. ArcelorMittal, as far as I know, uses minerals from the Democratic Republic of the Congo in its manufacture. After some research, I found that although they don't seem to mine in the Congo, they do purchase minerals that are extracted there, and they have issued a statement stating that they will only purchase conflict-free minerals. But given that Native Americans in Greenland are opposing ArcelorMittal because its mining there is having a detrimental effect on the ecology, how credible is that promise? My argument is that ArcelorMittal has a history of treating intelligent people poorly and is dependent on minerals from the Democratic Republic of the Congo. In addition, everything appears to be in order on paper, which is typical for mining corporations. Examine historical Mittal infractions. They have a nice chat. One thing that cannot be avoided is the fact that Lakshmi Mittal has always been a dishonest liar. He knew King Charles and I imagine would have met Harry when he was younger because he was one of the prince's largest donors. What is evident is that billionaires, especially dubious billionaires who are keen to assist Harry, appear to view Harry as a useful stupid. Do these billionaires have no expectations from others? Is one of them Lakshmi Mittal? That brings me to my one worry, which is Harry's lack of vocalization on the atrocities committed against the Baka people. The most that observers can do is brainstorm with the information that is now available because no mainstream media outlet is looking into this. It is necessary to address Harry's silence regarding the crimes committed against the Baka people. It is noteworthy that ArcelorMittal uses minerals from the Democratic Republic of the Congo, particularly considering that Harry was paid $250,000 to present the prize. Lakshmi Mittal, who knows King Charles and has likely met Harry at some point, is another intriguing tidbit. She was and may still be one of the Prince's Trust's largest benefactors. Also, the veterans could have received $25,000. Harry is standing there with a bunch of medals that look nice, but only one of them is military. That one is for his service in Afghanistan, where the hero had complete protection. I think most parents would want their kids to have that. Let's talk about the medals he proudly wears. He has one military medal, but the others are Jubilee medals that the late Queen gave him to commemorate her service to the UK, rather than his own. I believe that by taking away his military titles, the late Queen was sending a message to the world. In summary, the collaboration between Netflix and Meghan for the American Riviera Orchard brand seems destined to end soon due to Meghan's lack of work ethic. This perception is reinforced by previous partnerships, such as with Spotify, which also reportedly faced challenges due to Meghan's approach. Even Lemonada parted ways with her, and now she appears to be grasping onto Netflix for attention, a strategy that may not yield lasting success. Regarding Harry's receipt of $250,000, there are likely many undisclosed aspects to this story. However, it's notable that Harry's silence on issues related to African parks may be relevant. One suspicion is that Aditya Mittal, the CEO of ArcelorMittal, may have incentivized Harry's silence through bribery, particularly given ArcelorMittal's ownership of mines in Congo, where the Baka people have allegedly faced violence. This is just my interpretation of the situation. That also brings us to the end of this video. I hope the information I just brought will be useful to you. And if you agree with my opinion, please comment, okay? If not, please express your so we can discuss together. Don't forget to like and share the video. Your support is our motivation. Let's subscribe to receive notifications about the newest videos. We will be back soon. Thank you for watching and goodbye.